Weebly is my favorite web design platform, but one of their biggest drawbacks is their theme selection. They have some good themes and they have improved it lately, but the variety isn't quite there, and some features and customization isn't really available either. So in my web design work, I often use premium Weebly themes to spice up and make my websites a little bit sexier. So today we're going to look at a premium Weebly theme provider called Baamboo Studio. They're a company that's based out of Vietnam, and if you're going to evaluate a company on their web design themes, the first thing you want to look at is how does their website look? Because if they can't even design their own website, then why should they be selling web design products to you for you to make your website more beautiful? So if you look quickly through Baamboo Studio's website, it's immediately clear that these guys know what they're doing when it comes to web design. They know how to build a beautiful website. It functions well, it looks beautiful, there's different animations and slides and graphics. So initial thoughts, very good. Now let's dig deeper into Baamboo Studio and see if their premium Weebly themes are worth your money. So let's take a look at the most important aspect of a great web design theme, the quality. When it comes to the quality of a Weebly theme, we want it to look beautiful, we want it to be up to date on modern web design trends, and of course we want it to be completely responsive for any device that it's being viewed on. Baamboo Studio's themes meet all of this criteria. They have about a little over a dozen themes to choose from now, I think, maybe 14 or 15, and they are pretty much all beautiful, stunning websites and up to date with modern web design standards. So let's take a look at an example of one of their themes. One of my favorite themes from them is called the X theme, or just X. And from Baamboo Studio's website, you can actually look at a demo version of each of the themes so you can see exactly what it will look like when you build it for yourself. So let's take a look at the live demo of the X theme. Now, something to keep in mind when you're building a website with Weebly and you're using premium themes, any theme really, it comes down to the biggest aspect of your website is going to be the imagery. You have to use high quality, beautiful images to really make the website stand out. Even if you look at this right here, most of this most of the screen space here is taken up by this huge header image. The rest of it really just comes down to a little bit of text and a call to action and the navigation menu and a logo. So as we scroll through this demo version of this theme, you can see there's a lot of features in here that you would not be able to build with Weebly alone, with their standard Weebly themes. A lot of custom graphical icons, menus, backgrounds, little social or personal profile boxes with social media accounts, just a calendar here. You won't really see this in a standard Weebly theme. So a lot of stuff to just spice up your website and make it look really, really good. You got some background video here, which of course we know you can do that in a standard Weebly theme, but it's just little things like this, like these transparent box overlays that really add depth and layer to your website. So just to keep in mind, when you download a theme, it's not going to look exactly like this. You're going to be starting from scratch. What this is showing is the potential of what your website can look like, and Baamboo Studio makes it as easy as possible to build a beautiful Weebly website looking like this. But again, as you can see, it really comes down to, first and foremost, high quality images to really make your website pop. Because if you don't have that, your website's going to look like garbage, because that takes up most of the screen space on your website these days, imagery and videos, because that's what people want to see. So when it comes to the quality of Baamboo Studio's themes, all of them are really beautiful. There's a lot of different customization options. You can see the different layouts here. And of course, they show you the different elements of each individual theme and the features that come with it. So quality, top notch. I'd probably say even the best in the industry. Second most important feature of a great premium Weebly theme is its ease of use. How easy is it to customize and modify and be super specific in making your website stand out. Baamboo Studio has an awesome feature that so far hasn't been matched quite exactly by any other Weebly theme provider. So I'll show you what I mean. Now what I've done is I've taken a standard Weebly theme with content already loaded, and I've uploaded the X theme and transferred the content over. So I basically just changed the theme on an old Weebly standard Weebly website into this new Baamboo Studio Premium Weebly theme. Now, in the past, whenever I wanted to do little changes like changing the colors or the opacity or transparency of the navigation menus, or removing features like the search option or carts, or even these call to action buttons, any little thing like that, I almost always had to go into the HTML and CSS coding to make those changes. And I'll show you what I'm talking about. This is where I'd have to go just to make little things like color changes and font size changes. I'd have to go into the custom coding and make those changes. So I knew how to do it most of the time, but oftentimes these themes change so often, Weebly's platform updates, that the coding changes, and you have to find where the coding you saw before moved to. Anyway, it was a waste of time. I wish there was a simpler way to do it, and thankfully Baamboo Studio has done just that. So if you go to theme options, like normally theme options are always there for any standard Weebly theme, but if you go to theme options on a Baamboo Studio theme, look at the list of options you have here to change and modify all these little things that used to take so much time. I'll give you an example. So I want to change how this navigation menu looks. I want to make it a little nicer. So what we're going to do is we're going to turn on the custom color here, and now I can make all these changes myself just from making a few clicks on the left hand side. So I don't like that style of navigation menu. I'm going to choose from one of these different 5 styles. Let's see what style 3 looks like. Not bad. Style 5, yeah, I don't really quite like how that looks. Style 4, neither. I don't really like that. Style 2. You know what? Let's try style 3. So I like that there's the color background here, but I don't really like the color. So I'm going to go down, find navigation background color. Let's change that to something. Red's my favorite color, so why don't we do that? Bam. Simple as that. Now I don't quite like this either because it's cutting out the picture, the header image, entirely. So I'm going to go up to the navigation, just below the styles that we were looking at before. We have the navigation background opacity, which means you can basically make it just a little transparent. Let's say 60%. Look at that. Still have the red, beautiful navigation red overlay box, but also we could still see the rest of the elephant in the picture. Doesn't that look so much better? So that kind of stuff you can't do on a regular Weebly theme. Baamboo Studio has made it so simple to make those changes just on the left hand side like that. If I want to turn off the phone number, you just click the switch, social icons on and off. Just there's a whole list of different options here. You can even do pop-ups, even though I wouldn't recommend it because Google doesn't like pop-ups, but that's a whole other video. But anyway, the ease of use for Baamboo Studio, it's super simple. I haven't found any other Weebly developer that's made it this simple to make all these little customizations to really make your website stand out and make it unique. And you can do that not just with the navigation menu, but you'll have tons of options to do that throughout the different sections of your site. As you can see here, all the different sections listed and different color options for navigation, drop down, buttons, banners, highlights, footers, everything. So ease of use, Baamboo Studio has absolutely nailed it. And of course, the third and final aspect of a great Weebly theme, or at least a company that offers great Weebly themes, is customer support. Because when you start dealing with heavy modifications and customization in web design, you're bound to run into a few snags here or there. So let's take a look at Baamboo Studio's customer support and see what they offer. So when it comes to customer support, there's kind of two different categories. There's the self-help support, where they provide documentation and tips and tutorials on how to handle the most common errors or snags or bugs. And then there's the support where you need to reach out to them in person to get some feedback or some help. So let's take a look at the first category of self-help. So when you buy a theme with Baamboo Studio, you get the full documentation based on each individual theme. So let's say I've been working with the X theme, so let's take a look at the documentation for the X theme. So here's what it looks like when you buy a theme. You get a full in-depth overview of all of the features and customizations that are available for that specific theme. It's clear that Baamboo Studio has put in a lot of care and attention into putting together a thorough tutorial to make it super easy for you to resolve your most common issues. Everything from theme installation to custom theme options, header types, even building a page from scratch. If you know nothing about building a website with Weebly, they link to some very useful articles, topics, content, and even provide their own content to show you how to build a website with Weebly. So really in-depth and super helpful documentation and tutorials with your purchase provides some great support in that aspect. If you bump into a more complicated issue or error and you don't know where to go and none of the documentation answers your questions, you can submit a ticket directly with Baamboo Studio and they will get back to you as soon as possible. In the past, when I've done this with my websites that I was building with their themes, I've only had to do it a couple of times, maybe about 3 or 4 actually. But each time I received a response from them within 24 hours, which is pretty good by my standards. But more than that, oftentimes they didn't just provide an answer to my question. They offered to fix the issue I was experiencing for free. All I had to do was provide administrator access to my site, and a gentleman from Baamboo Studio logged in and made the customization or fix for me on my behalf. And that's what comes with, well, I can't say they'll do that every single time, but they do provide on-hand personal support for 1 year after you purchase your theme. So the customer support from that aspect of being able to reach out directly to someone when I'm experiencing an issue has been really great. Bonus time. In addition to Weebly themes, Baamboo Studio also offers Weebly apps that you can integrate into any of your Weebly websites. Now, they have a list of about, I believe, 11 different apps that you can use to spice up and beautify your website even further, with varying prices over here on the left-hand side. They do have this Ultimate Pass for Weebly, where it's a subscription-based model, where you get access to all of the apps and any future apps they develop. I can't honestly say, by my math, it doesn't seem to be worth it. If it was maybe a one-time package where you got all of the apps, that could be worthwhile. But if you have this website built and you got it hosted for, years down the road and you're paying $77 a year, I don't really see the value in that unless they release a lot of future apps that you'll instantly get access to. But frankly, there's no guarantee of that. So personally, I would recommend you just buy individual apps based on your need for your website. You pay a one-time fee and it's installed on your site. Well, I guess the biggest advantage of the pass is that you would have customer support indefinite for the longest or for the term of your subscription. So if you're someone that requires a lot of hand-on support, that could definitely be worthwhile for you, because at $77 a year or $8 a month, that could be a bargain, and you can get a lot of hand-holding in that sense. But if you kind of do it all yourself, you're probably better off just buying the individual apps yourself at a one-time fee. And those 11 different apps vary in different categories. You got sliders, you got a layout builder, which actually makes it even easier, believe it or not, to put these themes or these websites together, even easier than Weebly's layout. You've got different options to organize content, like a Flexibox. It kind of just makes the content pop out in animated boxes. Multiple tabs. Creating one-pagers for website, boosting your credibility by having different style testimonials and testimonial sliders, and customized buttons. It allows you to customize your buttons even further than Weebly allows, and you can add a lot of different colors and stylings and change up like the corners and stuff. If you're really meticulous and want to get really detailed, you can do a lot of this, and there's some additional cool features like some shiny animated backgrounds and fancy dividers. So even more different ways to customize your Weebly website and offer that extra style and flair through Baamboo Studios apps. I personally use a couple of them in many of the websites I've built for clients. So to summarize, if you're looking for beautiful premium Weebly templates and themes, Baamboo Studio is one of the best options out there. They have beautiful, stunning themes, great attention to detail, super easy to customize options that even Weebly doesn't allow you to, and their customer support is really good and very timely, and they'll help you out with little issues that you encounter along the way. So I highly recommend Baamboo Studio. I hope you found this review helpful. And get out there and start making that beautiful website of yours in Weebly. Thanks for watching.